Hello there, my name is Apocalypse Zero, and this is the Spool economy of Don't Starve Together. Christmas just happened, so odds are there is a surplus of Steam cash flowing around, leaving everyone wondering, what will put the biggest dent in the Don't Starve Together cosmetic collection? Disclaimer, I have rounded all of these numbers, and they were already approximated prior, or discovered with perfunctory research, so don't use this video if you intend to list your Don't Starve Together skins as a tax write-off. So that being said, what is the most efficient method of spending your cash? Is it the in-game store or the Steam Marketplace? Well, it's the Steam Marketplace hands down. Even in the in-game store's best moments, it still loses on a spool value comparison. But before we leave the in-game store, let me show you the value proposition. With the worst value overall in the in-game store being buying single skin sets that sell for $3 US, netting spool value of around 650 for a laughably bad spools per dollar ratio of 217. And, for the best value at the current moment, is the in-game store's Merrymaker bundle that boasts a spool per dollar ratio of around 935. Granted, this won't be the deal by the time I release this video, but point withstanding. Now, onto the real deal, the Steam Marketplace, with the worst value deal on the Steam Market being buying classy items for 3 cents a pop, giving a spool per dollar ratio of 500, which is already better than all non-starter and mega bundle deals in the shop. Getting even better though is buying elegance or spiffies on the marketplace, which gives a spool per dollar ratio of around 1180, blowing the in-game store out of the water, and this isn't even its final form. With the end-all be-all of buying distinguished items on the Steam Marketplace, which I usually see going for around 10 cents a piece, netting a 1500 spools per dollar ratio, which is almost 7 times more effective than buying singles on the store. Granted, the more people that do this, the worse the deal gets, but the price would need to more than double before it falls below the in-game store. And with this ratio, that means even if you wanted everything inside of the skin sets inside of the store, it would need to be a bundle before it's even cost-effective compared to the Steam Marketplace. Now, some people may be thinking, yeah, but I play on console, so I can't use the marketplace. Incorrect. If you go to accounts.clay.com, current URL, you can link your console account to a Steam account and buy the skins on the Steam account since the inventories are shared. That being said, what if you don't want to spend actual money? Doesn't the game give you free skins? Correct, you get a free skin every day and 8 additional playtime skins every week, netting 15 skins a week, and thankfully someone already posted the drop rates for me to compare, with more than half of the drops being commons that give 5 spools, a quarter being classies that give 15 spools, around a tenth are spiffy that give 50 spools, and the final dregs are split between distinguished and elegance, which give 150 and 450 spools respectively, making the average skin drop have a spool value of approximately 32 spools, making the weekly free spools around 486 spools, giving a yearly value of around 25,000 spools. And since Don't Starve Together was released in April of 2016, that makes 8.67 years of free stuff, not considering heirlooms, the dark times, and some other third thing, meaning a dedicated player will have likely earned around 219,000 free spools as of today, which with the most efficient purchasing method would be $146 in value. But now we get down to brass tacks. How many spools do you even need? Well, there are 18 characters, 4 of which need to be unlocked for 10,800 spools. And assuming you want them to look their finest, that's 1 skin set each, which costs around 1,950 on average for a head and body, plus the optional and sometimes extraneous gloves, pants, and shoes, for a total cost of around 36,000 for all the characters, being a low ball of 46,800 for a full lineup in their best fit, costing around $31. But then there's belongings, which let's just say 1 skin for each item that has 1 available in the game. The item does have multiple good skins, which could help offset the fact that there are some bad skins that you would never buy the skin for anyways, costing around 196,000 for all of those belongings, which is a lot, but when combined with the minimum decked out squad, comes out to a total of 243,000 spools, or $162 worth of spools, which is more than the average free total that a day 1 player will have accrued, needing to spend $60 more to get their collection. But what if you want a full collection, not just the bare minimum, non-weavable items not included? Then the total spool cost jumps to just barely over $1 million, which would cost around $670 to purchase with marketplace spooling. Granted, mega chests would be a far greater value proposition in this case, since their value of around 900 spools per dollar jumps to 2,700 spools per dollar, because you do in fact want every single item inside, making the starter sets also have a higher value than the marketplace. Granted that this is only effective for one-time use. All of that being said, what is the point we can take home today? Well, if you want the squad decked out, then you need to get out your wallet, because even digital Yeezys aren't for broke boys.